everyone, you're welcome to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into it. So, episode 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. What do you guys think of this episode? I thought it was interesting enough. It was giving us what it needed to give. Bear in mind, it's just episode 2 of the season, and it's already been messy as hell. So, let's get into the mess. So, the first thing was basically Mattel. Mattel was having a photo shoot with all his body out. He does have a nice body, but there is no way in hell. Everyone stay away from Mattel Holt. I'm just saying, for your own sanity. So, he was basically talking about how he needed to get baby oil. I guess he wanted to rub baby oil all over his abs since he was going to be naked. He called his friend Destiny to ask her to bring him some baby oil. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know. I guess they have that sort of relationship, but I don't know. This made me a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm being extra, or do you think it's a bit inappropriate to call your friend and ask her to bring you baby oil to the photo shoot? Your friend who is also your ex-wife's friend. I don't know. It just seems messy. Anyways, I think for me, right, it was all well and good, right, until Mattel decided to spread his legs whilst he had the robe on. That made me so uncomfortable. I was like, guy, no. Especially when I know that, you've been spreading your seed everywhere. Like, no, sir. Close those legs, honey. Close those legs. Well, Miss Destiny walked in with the baby oil. She understood the assignment, I guess, and was asking Mattel what he was doing. I'm like, you're asking the question we all want to know, because I don't know what Mattel was doing. It seemed like Mattel was trying to do a Valentine's Day shoot. So Destiny was basically just encouraging Mattel, do what you got to do to build your brand and all of that good stuff. So I was like, okay, fine. At least it seems that they've sort of maintained a decent enough relationship after the demise of her and Melody's relationship. Now, this is the part that got me, and I have an issue with this, right? Destiny then decided to tell Martell about Melody eavesdropping outside her hotel room while she was talking to Tisha. Now, the reason I have an issue with this is this. Martell cannot stand his ex-wife. He's been increasingly aggressive towards her on the show. And I'm sure outside of the show. So how Mattel Holt is and was on the last season. So for you to then be bringing up Melody to him because that he would be on your side about the mess just makes me uncomfortable. I just don't think friends should do that. Even if you're going through a rough patch with your friend, I was like, that same behavior is what got her in the trouble in the first place, because she was talking to Tisha, knowing fully well that Melody and Tisha aren't friends. And you're talking to someone I'm friends with about me, irrespective of what you're saying, I'm finna have an issue. That's not right. And then for her to then do it again, by talking to Mattel about Miss Melody Holt, or Melody Shari, I think it's now, it's just wrong. Like, can we all agree on that? Let me know in the comment section. I'm sure there's some of you that don't agree with me, which is absolutely fine. Let me know in the comment section below. But I just thought it was interesting that she went to Mattel with that information. I didn't like that. It rubbed me off the wrong way, I would say. Mattel was basically saying that, everyone Melody has around her, she wants them to be a yes girl. And because Destiny is not a yes girl, that's what happened to the demise of the relationship. I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's you deciding to talk to someone that I'm cool with about my personal business. Now, that's an issue. But I'm hoping that people, either Destiny or Melody, is forthcoming about exactly what was said, so we know the gravity of what it was. Because at the moment, we don't know any specifics about what was said. It just looks like a petty little feud. Now, I understand Melody because, if I was walking past or a room in a hotel and I could hear two people who I considered, at least one of them was my friend, my really good friend, talking about me, I would not be cool with that. I would be pissed off, guys. I would be, and I'm sure you guys would be as well. Anyways, Miss Melody has a friend called Stormy. I don't know if you guys remember her from the last season. I think it was her house that was used for Melody's video shoot. So anyways, at first they were talking about little business and, Miss Stormy was giving Melody some tips. Then Stormy decided to bring up Melody's business. I was like, okay. Miss Stormy was basically like, how was the reunion for you? You said you didn't remember giving fellatio to another man. And I was like, ooh, Stormy came with the heat. She was like, let's get to the root of it. If we're going to say it, we're going to say it. Melody avoided the conversation and basically said, it's nobody's business, which I agree with. Especially when, Mattel was out here cheating left, right, center and had a whole baby on the way. Okay, well, he has the baby now. But what I'm saying is, at the time, it's like, you ain't got the right to be talking about what I'm doing if that's what you're doing. But yeah, anyways, that was that about that. They started talking about the pajama party, right? So Mel is like, oh, come to my pajama party, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, are you inviting Tisha? And Mel is like, no. And then she's like, okay, why? Is Destiny coming? She said, no. Why isn't Destiny coming? And she just relayed exactly what happened. Now, again, Mel didn't give specifics about the sort of things Destiny was talking about, but I understand the thing about loyalty. I don't want my friend talking to someone that ain't my friend about me. It just doesn't make any sense, okay? So I get it from that point of view. Anyways, Tisha and Mercer were basically in their office. Tisha was trying to find out what was going on with the Scott Manor. Now, Scott Manor is the property they've been trying to build for the longest time. I don't know what's going on with it. It seems like Tisha doesn't know either. Anyways, Miss Wanda walks in. For those of you who don't know Miss Wanda is Tisha'S mom, guys. She walks in and she was like, she got a call today that her food truck is almost ready. And so Maso is like, okay, and you're telling us all these updates, why? And then Tisha was like, because we're investing in it. I was like, wait, what? Maso had the same reaction I had, because I was like, wait, what? And he looked shocked. He looks like he didn't know what she was talking about. So Maso was saying to her, like, what's this about? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you didn't tell me. Tisha was like, well, I told you. You said that, she needs to have her plans in place for us, and then we'll see whether we can invest in it. And Maso was like, that's a nice way of me saying no. I'm just like, goodness me, Jesus. Like, you guys need to talk about these things. In Maso's defense, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Tisha did it intentionally because Tisha knows for a fact that Maso would not be excited or would not generally want to invest in anything Miss Wanda is involved in. So she sort of had to manipulate the situation a little bit. I think that's what happened there. Anyway, so Maso basically was like, if Miss Wanda wants him to invest in the business, she needs to fix him and make him a coffee. I'm like, Maso, I feel like I don't know. Does he enjoy being a freaking a-hole? Like, I don't understand what that's about. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, right, that's I know Miss Wanda is annoying because I can't stand her either, right? But my thing is, that's your girlfriend. Oh, girlfriend. That's your wife's mom, So I expect a level of respect, at least, just a basic level of respect. Don't ask her to make you a coffee. She ain't your maid. Like, I just don't think that's right. Anyway, so Maso and Miss Wanda started having a discussion about the famous post where he put threw Maurice under the bus, like literally threw him out to the wolves. And Wanda was basically calling him out about him posting the picture. In the usual Maso fashion, he was like, just like acting like, oh, it wasn't that big a deal, blah, 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 blah. And then they started talking about like whether or not he has ever rented an apartment with Mattel. Now, Miss Wanda asked him a direct question. Have you ever rented or had an apartment with Mattel? And then she said to him, it's a yes or no question. Mattel was like, or Maso started avoiding the question. He was like, why is it of concern to you if I had an apartment with Mattel? I've never run around telling people I'm transparent. I am not. I'm like, okay. So basically you're telling us that you had the apartment. Allegedly. Because if you're saying in response to that you've never said that you were transparent and that you're not transparent, then everybody needs to fill in the gaps. It's surprising that Tisha is, I would say, choosing not to fill in the gaps, because it's pretty obvious. Even a blind man can tell that man is in these streets. But anyways, who am I? If Tisha doesn't believe it, then good for her. Anyways, Wanda was not here for his trying to gaslight her. She might not have known what gaslighting meant, but she was not having it. She was like, no, it's a simple yes or no question. She literally was applying pressure on Maso. Maso kept putting it back on her. It was just a back and forth. Maso then ended it with, if you don't know me by now, you don't know me. I'm like, guy, she knows you. She knows you're cheating. She's just trying to prove it to her daughter so her daughter can leave you. That is pretty much what that's about. But anyways, Tisha then decides to put a little 2 cents in. Oh God, Tisha sort of stresses me out sometimes, because I know she knows that he's cheating. The way I said it, like it's a fact. I feel that she knows that he's cheating, but I think she just doesn't want to face it because she knows that she does not want to leave him. She loves the comfort of having a man. And I think she knows for a fact she does not want to leave him. So to her, she's like, bruh, I'm going to act blind forever. She proceeds to say all of the allegations are laughable, and she trusts the man that God has blessed her with. I said, okay, guys, if someone brings God into it, I ain't going to say nothing. So I'm going to just leave it there and let you guys decide. Okay? Next thing, Maurice and Kimi went over to visit Jayling at home, right? So they went over, they walked in without knocking. Jayling sort of made, I don't know if it's a joke or if he actually had someone upstairs. He was like, oh, babe, can you put on some clothes? I'm thinking, wait, is there actually a babe upstairs, or is he just saying that to annoy his mom who came over without even knocking or giving him any heads up? Anyways, they pretty much started talking. Jayling decided to bring up the famous picture we've all been talking about since episode 1. The famous picture on IG where Maurice is in the picture, and all the other guys are in the picture. So it showed that they were on the same trip in Atlanta, whereby, the same trip that the side dish, Miss Coleslaw, showed up to, okay? If you don't know who Miss Coleslaw is, you need to go and listen to the first episode of this recording, babes. Anyways, so pretty much Jayling was trying to find out what is going on. Jayling was like, where are all these people getting their information from? And it seems like the world and, people know his family even more than he does. And he kept thinking, one of the things he said that, when he was reading the posts and the comments, he kept thinking, is Maurice cheating on his mom? You know what was interesting? I don't know if you guys caught this. I did, but let me know if you guys caught this. Kimi did not answer the question directly. She could have said, I've spoken to him. He said he did not cheat. That's that. There's no issues there. She did not answer the question directly. Instead, she said they had talked about it, and one thing they need for him to know is they don't see infidelity as being something that is right at all. I'm like, it's either Kimi has an idea that he cheated or something, because if I put myself in Kimi's shoes, right, and my son was asking me that question, I would be like, no, that ain't never happened. If I don't believe it to be true, I would counter it properly. I would not be saying, we talked about it, and that's not how I would answer the question. Especially when it comes up as a really direct question that anyone could answer. And also, Maurice looked uncomfortable throughout the conversation. He gave me not telling the truth vibes. Now, I don't know if you guys agree with me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I personally think he cheated. Even if he did not go all the way, I think he did a little something. Something was done because he's acting really suspicious. And yeah, I just think something doesn't add up. And I think deep down, Kimmy knows that, which is why she's not out here defending him like that. Anyways, so back to why you all came, which I'm sure is the pajama party, which was a mess. Oh my God. Before I start about the mess, the setup was really pretty. Like, they actually had little tents that all of the ladies could sleep in, which I thought was really cute. They also had matching PJs, which I was like, that's nice. You know, just having like a little sleepover slumber party, which was nice. Now, the one thing I don't understand is why Miss Melody decided to invite Letitia's cousin to this so-called sleepover. Now, Mel, I like you, girl, but that was messy. You know you were being messy boots by doing that. Like, yeah, you definitely were, honey. You were. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Anyway, so Stormy and Letitia's cousin were basically, you know, talking to Kimmy about the post and the picture. Now, I'm with Kimmy. Like, it feels like all we've been talking about is this so-called picture and post on Instagram. Like, at this point, I'm over it. I don't know if you guys are. I'm over it. I just, you know, I'm hoping that the truth is going to come out at some point. But that's about it. Like, I'm over it at this point, right? Anyway, so Stormy and Letitia's cousin were basically talking to Kimmy, trying to find out if she really believes that what they're saying about Mercer. And Kimmy was basically saying that she didn't believe the guys went up there to cheat, but she would not be surprised if she found out that they did. I'm like, the hint she's giving us shows that she doesn't genuinely believe that they are innocent. She knows that there is more to the story, but she's just trying to keep her marriage together. She's a newlywed after all. So I think in a way she doesn't want to leave the relationship as well. So she's sort of burying her head in the sand, which I'm like, okay, if you don't want to leave, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to leave, don't pretend like you want to know. Okay, so that's that. But I think Kimmy is in such an awkward position because everyone keeps bringing it up. And I think that's what the problem is. It's like, if you're constantly bringing it up, then she would have to constantly be rehashing and reliving these things. So I definitely get it. Anyways, what I have to say, Stormy, I actually agree with Stormy. So whilst they were going back and forth about this post and everyone's views about this Instagram post, right? Stormy said she personally thinks that Mercer put up the picture to deflect from him to Maurice. I completely agree. Now, Kimmy said she didn't think it deflected at all, but I agree with what Stormy said. Because the truth is, I personally think Mercer posted that picture because he knows everyone would then face Maurice. Maurice, didn't you say you weren't in the picture? Why are you in this picture? Didn't you say you weren't on the trip? Why are you in this picture? Blah, blah, blah. And I think he was counting on that, moving the argument from him to Maurice. Because bear in mind that everyone sees Mercer as a cheater. And then Maurice as the good guy. So I personally think Mercer was trying to make the world see Maurice in the same light in which they see him because they are both doing stuff. And I think that's exactly what that is. So I think she's right. I really think she's right. Like, let me know what you guys think. And for me, when Melody was basically saying that, you know, about the humor, like, Kimmy tried to say that Mercer thought it was a joke. But the truth is, it's no joke. It really ain't a joke. It just ain't. Where's the humor? Like, I'm waiting to laugh. There's no humor there. Anyways, I was like, okay, this is fine. Then things started to go sideways, right? So Melody started talking about Miss Tisha and how she felt like they were in a good space. But, you know, she started to make faces at the reunion when Destiny and her were having their little dialogue. And, you know, she said that basically Tisha tried to, like, claimed that she tried to destroy her marriage, blah, blah, blah. And then she proceeded to ask Miss Tisha'S cousin whether Tisha had seen anything, or at least the first rumors. Now, Melody, I'm calling you. Melody, please listen. Girl, I know you're not listening to this episode, but still, if anyone knows Melody needs to chill, honey. Like, I understand you want the rumors to be true and confirmed so that you can say you're not a liar, so that you can feel justified because Tisha was disrespectful to you when you found out about Mattel cheating and knowing that the other guys were involved. So you feel like you need to be vindicated. So you keep on going on about this, but you need to let it go. I honestly believe you need to let it go. You really, really do need to let it go. You're doing too much, sis. And it's coming off less than smart. It's coming off petty, little Betty bitter. And I don't like it. I don't like seeing Mel in that way because, I'm honest. I do like Mel, right? But, and I think part of it is because I have sympathy for everything she's been through with Mattel, right? But I think that she's not making it good or better for anyone by trying to constantly bring up Tisha. I didn't like that at all. I know Kimmy said in her confessionals that everyone was trying to talk about Tisha. And if that's what they wanted to do, they should have invited her. I completely agree. They should have just invited her. There's no reason for y'all to be talking about Tisha when she's not there to defend herself. I just don't think that's right. So that's my own personal view about that. Anyway, so even at this so-called pajama/sleepover or whatever you want to call it, Tiffany pulled Kimmy to the side, right? So she wanted to have a chat with Kimmy just regarding like everything and how she felt like Tiffany was fired from the Chamber of Commerce. Tiffany was basically, I guess, upset about the comment that Kimmy made at the reunion that she was fired from the Chamber of Commerce. She basically wanted to set the record straight. She said that she wasn't fired. She left with benefits. I'm like, okay, fair enough. That's fair. No one is arguing with you. Cool. And then Kimmy was basically saying that, everyone said something. She doesn't necessarily have a direct issue with Tiffany, which I understand. Because the thing is, it's like everyone kept saying things about, I think everyone kept saying things about other people. But it felt like Tiffany and her husband were doing the absolute most last season. Just talking about all the couples, dogging everybody out. And it's like, guys, you guys talk about transparency, but you guys ain't transparent. So it's like, do you know what transparency means? You don't, yeah. So I appreciate Kimmy for basically saying to her that, her issue was you keep bringing up transparency, but you don't want to be transparent with us, but you want us to be transparent with you. That just doesn't work. Miss Stormy came in mid-conversation. I'm like, sister, read the room, honey. Read the room. Looking at them, can't you see that they're literally in the middle of a personal conversation? Instead, she hopped on, sat there. What are we guys talking about? What are you guys talking? I'm like, guy, read the room. Anyway, she joined the conversation and was trying to find out what happened. Then Kimmy and Tiffany had to rehash it again. I was just like, guys, man, this is just rough. And then Miss Tiffany tried to throw some shade by basically saying something about, that's like someone, trying to bring up something you did when you were 12. I was like, okay, all right. Is that supposed to be shade? It was a bit flat, but okay, cool. Stormy was just on the side, just eating away. One thing about Stormy, she gonna eat. Is she gonna eat, honey? She was just eating away. I just kept thinking like, girl, is the food that good, or are you just hungry today? Anyways, and that's about the episode. Now, my overall thoughts regarding the episode was that I think it was a decent episode. I'm looking forward to next week's episode because I think it's going to be more intense. I think it's going to be a lot more drama, I'm sure. But I'm interested to see how the relationship with Tiffany and Destiny plays out. Because I just think, I don't know. Are they going to be friends forever, or is it a shaky one? I think they would be one to watch throughout the season, because the way Tisha is overly emotional, I don't think she's going to be able to sustain a relationship with Destiny. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you for listening. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and tap that bell for notifications so you know every single time that I post. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to listen to my review and recap. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.